entire year. May have a neutral site game mixed in here or there, but overall, they will have one home rink, which is much different from the 3 that they had last year.
Yeah, we did 3 different home openers for York last year.
Toronto looking for a fast start. As we talked to Troy Ryan right before the game, he said, we probably have had the worst starts of any team this year in the PWHL. It's a message that he has been trying to preach. Even starting practice on time has been a main theme that they've had lately.
It's pucks north, pucks in, establish forechecks, stay above pucks. That's the way you get a good start. That's the way you cause some turnovers and gain some possession time.
And Maggie Connor's going to work along the boards. Hands it off to Miller. Taken away by the Sirens. Simpson tried to chip it out. It was held in nicely by Miller, and a chance here. Short side sealed off by Corrine Schroeder. An early save for the Sirens netminder.
And Izzy Daniels not afraid to shoot. Real good player at the NCAA level at Cornell, and she has got a quick delivery to the net.
Connors gains his own once more, working down the left side, and a glove save by Hobie Baker.
I did. Philly plays in Hobie Baker.
I should have caught you on that.
Yes.
Patty Kazmaier, absolutely. I was there. I handed her the award.
And I was on the committee for 6 years. I think I would have had that.
Shame on us. Hobie Baker, of course, for those of you listening, the top male college hockey player. Patty Kazmaier award going to the top female college hockey player. And there's a ton of them on the ice here tonight, but the reigning one is Izzy Daniel of the Sceptres.
It's amazing how many bios you read of players in the league and how many of them are either Kaz winners or finalists.
Abby Rock, a finalist, sends it into the neutral zone.
And it just shows how healthy on the women's side U.S. college hockey is right now. It is the #1 player producer for the PWHL.
Back and forth we go, just past the midway point of this first period. Nyland Person trying to keep the play alive for the Sirens. Abby Rock delivers a hit, battling for possession with Monroe. It's Flanagan skating away with it. Victoria Bach now gains the zone for the Sceptres. Brings it around the boards as Blair Turnbull's on the ice. Turnbull's almost like a second coach, Troy Ryan said. Said he'd like to just put her on the ice every time Fillier and Carpenter are out there. She's so responsible, such a smart hockey player, and certainly has a ton of leadership qualities as well. It's why she wears a C on her sweater.
Remember him telling us last year how she has no problem getting into players' kitchens when more is expected. She goes, somebody can be her best friend on the team, but you might hear her going down the hallway saying, hey, we need more from you. That's not good enough. And that's what you want in a leader, is the ability to deliver the message, but deliver it effectively.
Julia Gosling, nobody home there for Toronto as they were midway through a change. Yeah, with the international break this past week, I asked Troy Ryan how they spent the time. He said their leadership group did meet with the team and really tried to send a message about identity. Here's Hartchie looking to set things up for the Sirens. Takes a shot, paddle aside. Simpson from the blue line had her shot blocked by Gosling. Simpson cycling down low. Now it's Emma Woods, former player of PWHL New York, back to face her former team for the first time. Woods battling behind the net. Emma Malte trying to pick the pocket of Jamie Bourbonnais. She does so, goes cross ice for Sarah Nurse, makes a move and a save. Another shot right into the glove of Schroeder. She is putting on a show tonight.
Big hit the neutral zone between 2 great veterans of the game as they just ran into each other. Carpenter laying a heavy hit on the goals off offensive zone play, being above pucks, winning 50-50s, and he wants to see a whole lot more of that in period 2.
And a fast start for Izzy Daniel. Reigning Patty Kazmaier winner. Try to cycle down low. Emma Malte lost an edge. Sarah Nurse catches up to it and feeds Malte. Disrupted by Carpenter. Top 2 lines squaring off to start this period with a fresh sheet of ice. Carpenter now gains the zone, has it on her backhand, stops up, looks for the pass. Fillier was right there and couldn't quite handle it. Tries it again off her backhand and a save by Campbell. That dynamic duo is must-see TV every night.
They really are. It's the speed, it's the IQ. The one thing I liked about these two that got brought out by the coaching staff was they could both think and play the game in fifth gear. That's a superstar.
Abby Rock catches up to the loose puck. Turns it over to Hannah Miller, who's crunched along the boards. Jesse Eldridge able to hold the zone. Now Rock, stick handling in. Lost it momentarily, tried to center, couldn't connect. Renata Fast scoops up the loose puck. Pushes ahead for Flanagan. She'll send it deep into the corner and go for a change. That pass just out of the reach of Connors. Allie Monroe hurries to catch up to it. Maggie Connors, by the way, happens to be best friends. Here's a chance for the Sirens. Jaguar and Harchie. Campbell says no. Some brilliant looks here early in the second period for the Sirens, and now a shot from Baker. Found traffic in front. I was going to say Maggie Connors is actually best friends with Sarah Fillier and teammates at Princeton. Fun little rivalry now in the making as they share the same sheet of ice, but as opponents rather than teammates tonight.
They said from a 1-0 New York lead.
They've had their looks. Both goalies up to the task tonight as Fillier goes across for Hobson. Fought off by Campbell. Back once more, Nyland Person. Shot from Tolush goes wide. Zandy Hart settles down the bouncing puck. Now Fillier working in. Carpenter tried to feed Tolush behind the net. Sarah Fillier, dangerous as ever. Goes for a lap. Finds Carpenter right in front. Sealed off and it's in! Oh, Tolush with a goal for the Sirens!
Tolush gets the goal, but Fillier makes this play, and it all starts with puck control and finding time and space. Watch it take off behind the net. No jam play because it wasn't there. Holds on to it. Lateral, finds space, and then a soft puck into a good area so that Carpenter can go to work and allows Tolush to go to the front of the net. Carpenter with a shot off the side of the net, gets her own rebound. Tolush in front, but it all started with Fillier. That's one I hadn't heard before.
That's how calm, cool, collected, poised, I believe was the word he used to describe Maya Nyland Person. Another new addition to this club. There she is again. Zandy Hart will flip it through the neutral zone. And a chance for Downey Lander. They follow up and score! Emmy Fecto with her first in the PWHL, and it's 2-0 Sirens.
Well, you alluded to Person making a nice simple play. It came back to Zandy Hart, and all Zandy Hart did was just airmail one through the neutral zone to create a race. That race was won by New York as they maintained possession. McKinnon lost her stick, which created a bit of a problem. And when Downey landed through the front of the net, Fecto just kept going. So you get a goal from the bottom of your lineup on nothing more than an aerial pass up ice, which sometimes is such an incredibly effective play for a defenseman to make when you don't have anything. Create a race, have defensemen looking up for the puck, hard to defend, and New York gets a grind goal.
Emmy Fecto. New York wins the faceoff to start the power play. Zandy Hart sling it across for Eldridge. Zandy Hart takes a shot through traffic and scores! The captain with her first PWHL goal. And they have turned the volume way up here tonight.
One of the biggest impacts of the new rule is a centerman taking the draw that might not take big draws. New York wins the first draw on this power play. And what happens here is they're able to get it through and then flood through to the front of the net, roll it through. Quick pass over, wait for the traffic to establish, and then get your shot through. Really nice work as they spread out Toronto a little bit, but it all starts on the first face-off win by New York. Remove it to free some skates to get a lane to the net.
Nyland Person going cross ice for Bourbonnais, back to Nyland Person. Nyland Person over to Bourbonnais, top of the slot, saved by Campbell. Another shot and it's in! If at first you don't succeed, try again, and that's exactly how Jamie Bourbonnais has scored to make it 4-0.
So what's the number one key on a power play? Win the face-off. New York scrambles because they got numbers on, and now they can get set up and bring the whole group in nice and tight. As they move it around, Nyland Person with the puck. Moves it across, quick shot, Bourbonnais gets it back. It all starts with the draw, and look at the traffic in front of the net that gets set up by New York. They bring everybody into the grease pan, and for Bourbonnais, it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Daryl Watts.
When you're not getting offense, one of the things you want to do is start tinkering, and remember, with no Natalie Sputter in the lineup, that's a huge loss for Toronto.
State the importance that she has on this Toronto team as Victoria Bach now gains his zone with speed, drives hard toward the net. Little poke check by Schroeder. Here comes Carpenter, has Fillier with her. To Fillier, just out of her reach. That dynamic duo almost did it again. Victoria Bach, and another save for Schroeder.
That's pretty good transition both ways. New York with a chance, Toronto off the stop, right back the other way.
End-to-end action. Jesse Eldridge gets crushed into the walls by Allie Monroe. Monroe's been taking that physicality to a whole new level tonight.
She can play on my team anytime. Just a composed, controlled, effective defender.
Just to tie a bow on the Spooner point for anyone who somehow was living under a rock last year, she lit it up with 20 goals. The next highest goal count was 11.
They're saying Austin who in Toronto? Spooner was crushing it.
No question, she was deserving of the league MVP, the Billie Jean King Most Valuable Player Award. Was also named Forward of the Year. And means just so much from a leadership standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, everything. But Toronto is certainly hoping that she'll be back in the lineup sooner rather than later.
We all understand hockey's a team game, and there's more than one star on each and every team. But when your superstar's out of the lineup for extended periods of time, especially early in the season when you're trying to pull it together, has a little bit more of an impact.
I should also point out, though, that Toronto is in familiar territory. They dropped 4 of their first 5 games last year. And then they went on a tear. They won 11 straight games after that. Downey Landry in alone, has Jaguar now with her. The pass just off the mark. By the way, we have just seen now that it's Reagan Kirk in between the pipes. So Troy Ryan really just with a clean slate on this period, and they score! Hannah Miller buries it, top shelf, what a beauty.
Hannah Miller with a real heavy shot that she has shown throughout her career as a pro. Gets a good opportunity to bury one here, so Toronto wins the race. Toronto above a puck. They throw into the front of the net. It's the first bad rebound that Schroeder has given up in the game. And Miller connects on it, and she just out-muscles Micah Zandyhart to get the puck.
Miller with her second of the season. Toronto with some life here to start the third. Carpenter tried to center for Fillier in front. Another chance. Dangerous play, and somehow that stays out. It was Jocelyn Larocque basically playing goal there for the Sceptres. Simpson taken down hard by Larocque. she'll get back to her feet. Tolush trying to keep this play alive now for New York. Abby Rock stops up. Goes cross ice for Simpson. Simpson tried to center. Back to Simpson, a shot! And that short side was sealed off. We've got some feistiness happening. Tempers flaring all over. We've got basically a line brawl here, Dave. Oh my goodness.
Well, a heavy shift with Toronto down at one end. New York wants to come back down and answer. Got all kinds of big things going on in front of the net. Good play to the front as they try to just create some simple offense here. Good steal by Kirk, and then is where it all starts as Simpson tries to go to the front. Toronto takes some offense to it. They show a little life, stick up for their goalie. Renata Fast is not going to let Peyton Levis get involved.
Yeah, you'd have to be living under a rock not to know who Sarah Nurse is at this point. Even had a Barbie doll made after her several years ago. One of the foundational pieces that helped create this league. Emma Woods now gains the zone for the Sceptres. Has the rock with her, joining the rush. Sends it behind the net. Picked up by Rosenthal, and here come the Sirens. Make it the Sceptres now as we go back and forth. Six minutes to go here in the final frame. This game was scoreless after the first. That's how evenly matched these two teams were. Troy Ryan happy with the start from his team, but things kind of went off the rails in the second.
Yeah, it's funny too, because after he talked about how much he liked the start, it sort of went south.
New York certainly firing on all cylinders tonight. Their goaltending's been excellent. Their power play's been clicking. And that depth scoring we were mentioning was missing last year. Now 12 different players with a point on the 4 goals tonight. Another whistle after a heavy hit. Oh dear, is that Downey Landry down again?
She is paid the
slow
price
to get
tonight.
up. Man. Downey Landry shaken up. The trainer will attend to her. We mentioned New York going to be at home for quite a while. Shot from Miller, looking for her second of the night, denied by Schroeder.
That might have been the best save of the night.
Another one from long range, and rebound, they score! It's Emma Woods against her old team. In the final 33 seconds of play, makes it 4-2.
Oh, if you're Troy Ryan, you're happy that your team competed hard right to the end. It was a good save by Schroeder, and Miller jumps on a loose puck, gets the retrieval, and they just reload. And Woods in front of net to bang this one home. And if you're New York, you're not happy he gave up the goal for a couple of different reasons. It doesn't affect the game, but goals against average is always a point of pride to just give away a goal, and that probably sits in the coaching staff's craw through the night.
We do want to say a special happy 29th birthday today to Emma Woods. How about that to celebrate? She'd probably say she'd rather take the win, but it is her birthday nonetheless. Gets her first point of the season. First point with her new team.